Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have two different DCU stories. We're going to be talking about possibly the appearance of Supergirl in the Superman trailer. It looks like a fan may have spotted Supergirl's appearance there, although I'm a bit dubious about it. I'll show you why in just a minute. Then also, after that story, we're going to go on and talk a little bit about the Clayface movie and potentially a little bit of a new news update when it comes to that Clayface movie. And yes, I am wearing my dressing gown today. It's very stormy here. It's very cold. I don't care. I'm nice and warm. Got my dressing gown. Got my nice cup of tea here. And I'm ready to talk some DC news with you guys. So, like I say, let's get into this first story. And let's talk about the potential appearance of Supergirl in the Superman trailer. Was she actually there? Or is it just fans seeing things, you know, that aren't there? That's what we do as fans. We go through these trailers with a fine-tooth comb and we try and pick out any little bit of information we can get. Sometimes we pull at straws and look at things that aren't actually there, but it'll be interesting to see what you guys make of it. So let's get into this article. This comes to us from comicbook.com. So, does the Superman trailer give us our first glimpse of Millie Alcock as Supergirl? Like I said, I'm very, very dubious about this. I just don't see it. Maybe you guys will. We'll take a look at the image in just a sec. So, the first trailer for James Gunn's Superman packed quite a lot into its 2+ minutes, giving us a look at most of the supporting heroes and villains that will be joining the main trio of Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, and the Man of Steel. There are also a few hints and Easter eggs scattered about, and we might just have another to share that seems to have flown under the radar until now. So, at DCU Brief, believes that the shot of Supes grieving over the destroyed robot, most likely at the Fortress of Solitude, the caretaker Kellex, could give us our first glimpse of Millie Alcock as Supergirl. Some have been quick to wave this off on social media, but if you look closely at the reflection in the robot's head when it's zoomed in, it does appear to be a person with blonde hair standing there. It could simply be a trick of the light. And even if this is the character, it might not be the Girl of Steel. We're not completely ruling out the possibility. So let's take a look at this image in question. So this is from DCU Brief. Could this be Supergirl in the Superman trailer? And these are the images we have to go on here. So like, I'm looking at this here, and it's literally just a blur. Like I'm not seeing it. I guess you can see a little bit of kind of like an outline of a potential person here, but how you could come to the conclusion that that is Supergirl, I have no idea. Like, I'm just not seeing it. Maybe you guys are looking at this and thinking, yeah, that's definitely could be Supergirl. You can see the kind of the person silhouette. You could potentially see the blonde hair, and then potentially the crest on the thing there. Like, that's if I really, really wanted to stretch and I really, really wanted to see it. I could potentially put that into the image, like that mindset. But looking at this, you know, from an objective standard, I guess a subjective standard, like, I just don't see it. I don't see what people are looking at here. But like I say, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys are seeing it. This is kind of what I liken it to, right? So look at this, right? You've got these lines, squiggly lines on a bit of paper here. This is like someone looking at this and going, oh, this could potentially be an arm, this could potentially be a piece of hair, this could potentially be a bit of a head there. And I'm looking at this scribble and I'm like, what? But as fans, you know, sometimes we want something to be there so much. But moving on to this one. So this is it zoomed out a little bit further on the robot's head. Again, you can sort of see the silhouette of a person. What looks like a person, I'm going to say. I don't think it's actually a person. It's really too undefined to make out any kind of person or what this could be. And then moving on to the next one, we get the camera fully zoomed out. I mean, if it was to be a person, it could be a cameraman, it could be a photographer, it could be a member of crew on set. It could literally be any million number of things. It could be anything. But to say that that's Supergirl, that's really, really stretching, in my opinion. And even if it was Supergirl, you know, it's not exactly groundbreaking information. We know that Supergirl is in the same DCU. She's getting her own movie. So for Supergirl to appear in David Corenswet's Superman movie, it's not exactly groundbreaking information. We know that she's in the universe. We know that she has a movie coming. We know that they have contact with each other. So her even being in the movie, even if this was confirmed to be Supergirl, it's not, you know, it's not groundbreaking information to us because we know that Supergirl exists in the same universe with David Corenswet's Superman. So yeah, that's is what it is. So moving on to this next post, this is an example here. So you remember this Multiverse of Madness poster that came out, and it looked like in a piece of shard of glass, we saw that image of Deadpool. You see, the difference is here is that this was before Deadpool came over to Disney. So the fact that this could potentially show Deadpool in this poster here, before he was confirmed to be appearing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that would have been groundbreaking information to see Deadpool in this poster potentially appearing in Multiverse of Madness. The ramifications of that are huge, but the ramifications of Supergirl potentially appearing in the trailer to Superman in the new DCU is not groundbreaking, because we know that she's already in this universe and she has her own movie coming, like I say. So it is what it is. And yeah, moving on to this next image as well. I think that's Lex. I don't know from the form, it seems to me. And then someone's looking at this image here, and I'm like, what are we looking at? We're looking at a blur. There's nothing to see here. So that's kind of where we are, guys. So let's just go back to sorry, I've just moved my image up. So yeah, so going back to this, yeah, it's just a blur in a robot's head. Doesn't look like anything to me. What do you guys think about it? Does it actually look like Supergirl to you? I'd love to hear your feedback. So moving on to the second story, let's talk about this. So we're going to do an update, a little bit of an update here on potentially what's happening with the Clayface movie. Obviously, it's been greenlit. It's been actually announced now. I'm excited as hell for this. I think it's going to be amazing. If it's like a body horror, really kind of dramatic, kind of body horror type of movie, I think it could be something incredible. So, big Clayface update shared as more details on Lobo's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow role are revealed. So, we have a bit of Lobo information here as well. So, last month, DC Studios announced plans for a Clayface movie that will arrive in theaters on September 11th, 2026. So, this movie is coming really, really quick. It comes out next year. It's weird to say now that we're in 2025. So, Midnight Mass and Dr. Sleep's Mike Flanagan has penned the screenplay, though no director or star has yet been announced. So, according to Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, obviously a movie scooper, gets a lot of scoops when it comes to movie information. Get some things right, get some things wrong. Bear that in mind, guys. A director is expected to be chosen early this month, with shooting potentially beginning at either the end of this month or by February. So, yeah, they've got Supergirl filming in January, I believe, and then it looks like this movie is going to be filming around about the same time as well. If it's coming out next year, in September of 2026, they're going to have to start filming on Clayface pretty damn quick. So, we should get some casting news about who the main lead actor is going to be, and also who the director is going to be as well, because that will get people really, really excited for this movie. So we'll have to wait for those two big announcements of the director and the main actor, or, you know, co-stars who are going to be in this movie. I can't wait to see who's going to be helming this film. I think it's going to be a surprise to all of us. So there's a very quick turnaround, though. DC Studios co-CEO and Superman director James Gunn did recently share, quote, exciting news out of DC Studios today, as Clayface, a DCU story from a script by Mike Flanagan, has been officially greenlit. Clayface premieres in 2026 again. So, with the script ready to shoot and the project expected to be relatively low budget one, it's likely it won't take long for to find a director and cast, all of whom already be in talks. Yeah, apparently the budget for this movie as well, this Clayface movie, is around about the 40 million mark. I remember we did a story on the channel a few weeks back, and they said that the production is around about the 40 million mark. So it's going to be, in terms of big Hollywood budget movies, 40 million is quite a small budget for this type of movie. So yeah, the budget around about 40 million, which is great. They're sort of mitigating the risks with a low budget on this movie, which makes sense. I mean, Clayface is a sort of an unknown character to a lot of people out there, so keeping the budget small makes sense from a business perspective. Also, the fact this movie is shooting soon, so the actors who are going to be starring in this movie probably have already been hired, or they're at least in very, very late talks. They're probably waiting for the perfect time to announce who's going to actually be starring in this film. So, why is Clayface shooting so soon? Well, the majority of the movie's production is bound to be spent on visual effects, bringing the Batman villain to life on screen. Yeah, I mean, doing a Clayface, this big kind of hulking piece of clay, body horror, you know, motion capture suit, whatever type of style they go for with the imagery, it's going to cost a lot of money in terms of CGI. So the majority of the budget is going to be on that. There's been speculation online that Andy Muschietti could helm the movie as a means of introducing the Dark Knight into the DCU before The Brave and the Bold. That's potential, but I mean, Batman is such a crown jewel in the DC canon. Are they really going to introduce the new DCU Batman in another character's movie? I don't see that happening, because they're going to want to save the appearance of Batman for his own movie and make it special, the first appearance of the new DCU Batman. So I don't see the Batman, you know, the DCU version of Batman appearing in Clayface. I think they would save him for his own movie, but that's just my theory. I could be wrong on that. So there's been speculation online. Andy Muschietti, I already read that. After The Flash, I lost all faith in Andy Muschietti, but I hope he can prove me wrong if he is directing this movie. The Scooper has also weighed in on the news that Aquaman star Jason Momoa will play Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. We've already told you that we'll have more than a cameo, and that the leaker adds to that by saying Jason Momoa is only filming Supergirl for a few weeks, so not a cameo, but not a big role either. So it sounds like Jason Momoa's Lobo is going to have kind of a small, kind of like a medium kind of supporting role, nothing like majorly significant, not like a cameo, but kind of like a supporting role, so in and out of the movie. But if he's only shooting for a few weeks, then it's not going to be like a ginormous amount of screen time for him by the sound of it. But guys, that's kind of where we are. So we've had a bit of a look there at the potential Supergirl image of Supergirl appearing in the Superman trailer, which I just don't see completely. I just don't see this whatsoever, but like I say, maybe you guys do. And we've had a bit of a talk about, you know, Clayface going into production really, really quick. It comes out in September of 2026, so this movie is not that far away, to be honest. And it looks like Jason Momoa is also not having a cameo, but not a big role. So it looks like he's having kind of a medium support role within Supergirl. So a lot of interesting DC news there, guys. Jump into the comment section and let me know what information stood out to you. Do you see Supergirl in that image there of the Superman trailer? And what do you think about the updates to Clayface and Jason Momoa having a kind of a medium support role in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie? Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Be sure to hit that like and become a subscriber of the content if you haven't already. I'd really, really appreciate that. It goes a long way to supporting the content and helping out my channel. So much appreciated. And as always, I will see you in the next video.